Hello, good afternoon. This is ikokwucc from the African Press Club live in Barcelona. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. So I will start today's video by giving us an update of the COVID-19 situation in Spain. The latest is that the government has extended the lockdown. We were supposed to be out of lockdown on April 26th, but it has been extended by 15 days. That means we're still at home. The only little thing though is that children are not allowed to go out for walks, but under the supervision of their parents or a guardian or an adult. So that's a little bit better. Before, they couldn't come out of their homes at all. It had to be relaxed. This is the second time that the lockdown has been extended. It looks like life will never get back to normal. We don't know what will happen when 15 days elapses. Mind you that the health crisis, the COVID-19 crisis, is more in Italy, Spain, and France. I think there's a bit in Germany as well. So these are the hardest hit countries in Europe. Therefore, the governments are not taking it lightly at all. The measures are quite strict so that infections can go down and so that they can control the disease that is causing a lot of problems all over the world. It's a global pandemic. So for today's video, I want to talk about the 5 rules for survival under COVID. 5 rules that you should live by under COVID-19 is from an article that I wrote on our website, www.africanpressclub.com. You can check it out and also check out other articles. So my first rule for survival under COVID is be sneakily suspicious. I'll say that again. Be sneakily suspicious. I'll tell you. When the lockdown started, I was in my room one day working on my laptop, and then I had someone cough. I said, okay, where is that cough coming from? I listened again. And the cough was coming from the kitchen. It was my flatmate. I was like, there is no way I am going into that kitchen. What? Did you hear that COVID is highly contagious, that it hangs in the air? I said to myself, I am not going into that kitchen for the next 1 hour. And eventually when I went into the kitchen, I wiped down all the surfaces. I wiped down the sink, the cupboard. I'm paranoid, right? It sounds like I'm paranoid, but I was wiping everywhere. So what we do in our flat, he didn't have COVID after all, but what we do is we ask ourselves, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay is a code for, do you have symptoms, so that we know what to do, so that we can get you help, So even when I go out to public spaces, I go out once a week for grocery shopping. If you as much as cough or sneeze beside me, I run I'm not even joking. I flee from you because I'm not trying to get any infection. I'm not trying to fall sick. I want to be healthy. I want to be well. No one knows what is going on with this COVID. I really don't know. It's a bit scary, so I try to take all the precautions, wash my hands regularly, sanitize, go out with my gloves, cover my face when I go out, do all the simple things that we have been advised to do in order to be safe. So be suspicious of everybody, but everything around you, you have to be cautious and be careful. Number 2, ditch the alarm clock. Before COVID, I used to be a stickler for routines. I mean, I cannot function without routines. It keeps me accountable. At the end of the day, I can look up and say, this is what I achieved, this is what I was able to do today. I mean, I like routines. But since COVID, we're not going anywhere. I mean, you wake up in the morning, okay, maybe you take a shower or you decide to walk in your PJ, you have your breakfast, you're lounging around the whole house. Before COVID, I used to have my alarm clock go off by 5 a.m. in the morning. I know it's very early, right? People in Barcelona tell me that I'm nuts and I'm crazy. I wake up by 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. What is wrong with you? They tell me. And I understand why. It's because in Barcelona, life starts by 10 p.m. They have dinner by 10 p.m. And then if it's on a weekend, they start going out by 12 midnight. So, they stay out or they stay up late hours, in the night, into the wee hours of the morning. But that's the opposite for me, and that's the opposite for, a country that I come from. I mean, from Africa, most people wake up in the morning, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I remember when I used to visit my grandmother when I was little. I used to spend extended periods of time with her. She would wake up by 5 a.m. and when she gets up, you have to get up. I mean, you are not sleeping in that bed. You have to get up when she gets up. So we got used to it. And then my mom also used to wake up very early. Many people in Africa, I don't know if it has to do with the weather. I think the sun is also very strong. By 6 a.m. or 6:30, when the sun comes up, it hits you. If you have a window and your curtains are open, it splashes through the window. It's very strong. And then in Lagos, the big city that used to be the capital of the country, people wake up very early because the traffic is terrible. So they want to get to their office before 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. They want to beat the traffic before it starts. That's why they usually wake up early. So since the lockdown, my schedule has changed. I've changed I'm now in tune with the times. It doesn't mean that I don't get work done, I don't get things done. It's just on a slower pace because I'm not running out of the house, I'm not going anywhere, I'm at home throughout the day. So it might be something that you want to do, ditch the alarm clock. The third thing for me on the COVID-19 survival is virtual workout or online workout. These days I have found that, I'm eating all the time. I'm eating a biscuit, I'm eating a peanut, I'm eating chips. I'm nibbling all the time on something because I'm sitting down, working on my laptop. I just feel like putting something in my mouth. I keep eating. I eat non-stop. And gradually you pile on the weight. So a friend of mine suggested to me that I join the virtual workout group that she set up. And I was like, sounds like a wonderful idea. And I tell you, I started that workout with them. It was awesome. They do it Monday to Sunday. I join for a couple of days, sometimes 4 days, sometimes 5, sometimes 3 days, depending on how I'm feeling or how energetic I was. And I've loved every bit of it. It's so wonderful to be able to, do something together with other people because I'm locked down here, by myself. So it has been cathartic also and exhilarating. I found that it also gives me a bit of energy to do the things that I want to do. So you might want to try it. Don't wait for someone to set it up. You can set it up yourself and then invite your friends and family members to join you. I tell you, you would love it. It's wonderful. It's awesome. Just try it and do tell me, how it went if you set it up. So the next thing for me is hug the phone. hug your phone. I tell you, since lockdown, it's been crazy. So when people call me, I keep the call going because I want to talk to people. It's not easy being inside the house. So when friends call me, when family members call me, I keep asking questions, I make jokes, I try to extend the conversation. I'm talking, I'm saying things, I'm bringing up old stories, old memories. We're discussing about how life will be after COVID, what we're doing now, what we want to do after COVID. I mean, the conversation goes on and on. I just keep extending it because, I mean, there's something about, talking to people. Yeah, you're sitting in your house, you're on your laptop, you're working. It's not the same thing. Human beings are human beings. I don't think we're meant to be alone. I think we're meant to be together, to share with one another. So yeah, hearing someone's voice is awesome. And the best thing is that most of the calls, you don't have to pay for them. I usually do WhatsApp calls, but these days there are so many options. There's Skype, there's Zoom, there's Viber. There's all sorts of things that you can do these days. If you have a Mac laptop, you can do FaceTime. I mean, there are so many alternatives. So I am loving that aspect of it. Sometimes I initiate the calls. Call my friends in Barcelona. I try to catch up with them. And then I call home, and then I call friends from other countries. So I use it to fill some of my time during the day or in the evenings, later in the evenings when I'm done with my work. And I tell you, try it, it's wonderful. Then the last thing that I would suggest for survival under COVID is learn to be with yourself. I'm telling you. If you wait for a minute or just be quiet for a minute, be silent and be with yourself and try to enjoy your presence. I mean, it's wonderful. One thing that we are learning from COVID is that we have, to some extent, lost the things that are important. It's the COVID-19 situation is making everyone to come to a screeching halt. I mean, it has forced us to come to a halt and to begin to think about the important things and to begin to reflect and to begin to appreciate life much more and in other ways. For me, it has given me time to explore other aspects of myself that I wasn't aware of, or that I didn't give any notice, or that were dormant. It has given me time to be quiet, to ask myself questions, to do some personal reflections. There's also been some personal growth during this time. I know that it's lonely. I mean, I have been living a lonely existence since my PhD started, but I used to go out, but under lockdown, you cannot go anywhere, you cannot do anything. So this is another phase of loneliness. However, I have taken it in a positive light, so I try to do so many things, so things that I didn't do before. So it can be a great opportunity for you to do some soul searching, for you to look inwards, for you to do some personal growth, to write down things that you want to do, to appreciate your family or your friends or your loved ones much more. I think it's one of the things that we might come out of lockdown learning about humanity, about ourselves. So these are my 5 rules for survival under COVID-19. I'm sure that you have other ones, so share with us in the comment box. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, please like the video, please drop comments, share with me whatever you want to share. If there are things that you want to see specifically in this channel, feel free. Please feel very free to drop me a comment and I will respond to you. Yeah, so thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video today. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye now. Bye.